Nothing like going from a Belichick conversation to Nick.
I know.
It is what it is. All right, so obviously there have been a lot of frustration expressed lately, and rightfully so, as the team, they did not have a good September, 2-2 out of the gate. Disappointing, obviously. Let's talk to the head coach of the Eagles, 2-2 squad, Nick Sirianni, as he is brought to us today by Bud Light. You can join Ava Graham at Creekside Sports Bar in Limerick for an Eagles pep rally Friday night, October the 11th. So that's prior to the next game after the bye. Win tickets, sign merchandise, and more. And Nick Sirianni with us right now. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning,
What's up,
Nick.
Coach?
So Nick, there's so much to get to here. Let's just start with what we have been hearing the most this week. And that is, and I'm going to be very blunt, and that is your job status. So 24-0 hole early, outgained at 1 point, 254 yards to nothing. Are you feeling the heat ratcheting up on your job status?
No, I'm just worried about getting the team better. I'm just worried about the bye week and putting ourselves in position to win. Coming out of the bye week, and then I'll be worried about the Cleveland Browns. You can't worry about any of those different things. Right now, we're 2-2. Got a lot of football in front of us, and just put my head down and work.
Nick, without going into every detail schematically, which I know you can't say publicly, but how do you get the team out of this? I mean, how do you get them to actually play better football?
Yeah, again, it's always going to start with our fundamentals, and we'll work like crazy on that as far as our tackling, as far as our ball security, as far as taking the football away, our blocking, right, catching. Like, it doesn't matter what level of football you're at. Those things determine games, right? And so those will be things that we'll study this week. Anything that we can do better as far as how we practice it, first and foremost, as coaches, and then why are the reasons? What are the common denominators? That's what you use the bye week for. What are the common denominators of what's going on with each individual thing, so we can narrow in on that even more. And so it starts with that, and then as coaches, we got to put these guys in positions to make plays, and then we got to go out and execute. So it's everybody's in this together, coaching, playing. Again, just got to get better throughout this bye week, leading into this next spot, and see what and dive in more about what our issues are. We got a good idea of what the issues are and what we need to fix, and then it's just zeroing in on that. Every time you go through a bye week, you figure out a little bit more than you even thought you would. So I'm encouraged to do that here today and tomorrow and the next day. We grinded on that yesterday after the players left. So this will be a busy week for the coaches.
Nick, going back to last December 3rd, the regular and postseason, the team's record is 3-8. How good is this team?
This team's 2-2. I can't focus on what happened last year. That's behind us. We did the things that we needed to do after that season, and this team's 2-2. Saquon Barkley doesn't care that the Eagles are
right.
3, and you know what I'm saying, and neither does Mekhi back then, and all these new guys. Chauncey doesn't concern these guys. This team's 2-2, and we have things to clean up from the 2024 Eagles. And that's all we're focused on. I think what I always try to get the guys to concentrate on is okay, we're 2-2 right now. We can't go 5-2 after the bye week, or 5-2 after this game. You got one game to play, so you can't look too far ahead and say, well, we could, if we win this one, and this one, then we'll be sitting at that. You don't do that, right? You know that, and you know that you have to focus on one game at a time. Well, if you're not looking into the future, you can't look back either. Now, you can fix the problems and work on fixing the problems that have occurred, but to say that, in the past of what happened and say, hey, we're this, I think that, that's just not productive. We lost the last game. How are we going to win this next game is all our focus is.
So, Nick, let's talk about Jalen. From the offseason, the hope obviously was with Kellen Moore here, a new or at least better version of Jalen emerges, more effective, more secure with the ball, more precise in decision-making. It does not seem that is happening. Why is that not happening?
he's definitely had good moments, and as a team, we've had good moments. And as a team, we've had tough moments, right? And so we're just working for consistency as a football team. I know that everything, the first thing that's going to be looked at is myself and Jaylen, and rightfully so. We're the head coach and the quarterback, and we completely understand that. But we're just looking for consistency throughout the entire team. Myself, Jaylen, the team included. So that's what we're focused on is that. And so, again, we've had good moments as a team. Jaylen's had good moments, and we've had not as good moments, right, which has led to the 2 losses. And that's myself, that's Jaylen, that's the entire team. And so, again, I think just the best way to answer your question of what you're asking is consistency, but that's consistency through the entire football team.
How do you safeguard against abandoning the run? How do you make sure to call enough runs moving forward?
Yeah, we are a team that is going to run the football, and we want to run the football. We got a guy in Saquon Barkley who is special at running the football. We got special offensive linemen. I think when you look at there's circumstances in each game. I told you guys this, we'll do whatever we need to do to win the football game. So if that's run Saquon 50 times, then that's what it is. If it's run him 10 times, that's what it is. In a game, and I'm obviously referring to this last game and the carries and the touches that he had. When you go 3 and out, we went 3 and out the first 3 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And before, I think I was watching the game in succession, offense, defense, and at one point we had 6 plays on offense and we were down 21-0. Your game plan changes there, where you have to make some time up to try to get back into the football game, and so down that many possessions, it changes it a little bit, right? Which lets them pin their ears back a little bit. I get that as well. But also, if you look at those first, I think 9 plays within the first quarter and a half. Well, in those 9 plays, right, you're in third down 3 of them. So you're doing whatever you got to do. In 3rd and 10, you're probably not running the football. So, you're trying to do what you need to do to continue the drive. You don't say I'm starting with a run every single time. That's just not the way it goes, that, and you're trying to get yardage. You're trying to get, if you're in 2nd and 10, you might have to pass it again if you pass it on 1st down. And so the carries got a little bit there's no secret. We want to give Saquon the football a lot. He's shown that he's a great football player in this league for a long time. He's had some great moments here as an Eagle, and we want to give him the football. The way the game went limited his touches a little bit this last game. Because we didn't play good enough offense, defensively, or special teams wise, and that you got to look at me first and foremost when something like that happens. So the plan is to get him the football because he's a heck of a football player, and we know that when we do that, we'll be able to have a lot of good moments.
Nick Sirianni with us, as he is every Tuesday here on WIP at this time. Nick, let's talk about a situation. Look, I've been doing this for 25 years in sports talk radio. I've never asked this to a coach, but I'm going to go there here. I think it's warranted. Do you think one of your players, Devin White, wants to be cut? I mean, let me put it another way. Sunday, his activity on social media struck me as a player trying to force your hand for the organization to cut him. Do you think that's what he's doing?
Devin has been a great teammate here since the moment he's got here, and I really respect Devin for that because not only has he been a great teammate when he's working with the ones in training camp, but he's also been a great teammate when the things haven't went his way. And I feel, I really admire that on Devin is because he hasn't changed who he is. He still works hard for the team, different role of what he has to do on a week-to-week basis. And I'm telling you, I really admire the things that he's done to, and just how professional he's been. I don't know much about what you're referring to. I mean, I've gotten a little nugget on that, but haven't really looked into it much, just trying to fix some other things on this football team. But I just know, like, again, only thing you can judge is your experiences with people and his experiences in this building. And I can't say enough good things about Devin White, the person. I really can't, because you got to put yourself in his situation. He's been a good player in this league for a while, and it's not going the way he wanted it, but he's still showing up every single day, still being a great teammate, still working hard, still getting ready to play each and every week. And I admire that about him.
Nick, obviously the main thing is how you guys perform in the field. Everyone knows that. There's also the connectivity to the city, which is, a part of an organization. Something like Darius Slay, and, he goes to Twitter Sunday after the game praising his career. I mean, you guys just got blown out, basically, and he's going to his Twitter to praise his career. I mean, do you talk to him and say, like, dude, not the time and place? Like, what? Not now.
Well, first and foremost, his career has been incredible. He's had an incredible career. I think what we have to do as players, as coaches, is you have to be able to block out noise, because, noise is going to be there. When you don't perform well on the field, there's going to be noise. And who are you really trying? What you're trying to do is do everything you can do to win the football game, do everything you can do to please, to be a good teammate, to be a good, in the locker room and everything like that. Slay is one of the best teammates on this team. Like, there's a reason why he's been voted a captain here, because he's a great, great, great teammate. And I think we can all have moments of, hey, you just lost a game, you're taking some criticism and be upset about it. That's why it's so important that you block it out. You block out the criticism, and you got to block out the praise as well, because there was praise last week, so you just got to block it out. And because all that matters is that we're getting better, and we love our fans, we love everything that they bring to this team, but at times you just got to block out. You got to block out and put your head down and just work. But again, like I said for Slay, there's not a better teammate on this team, and and he has had a phenomenal career. But again, we got to do what we got to do to make sure that we have a clear mindset, so we're operating at a high level and not be affected by outside noise.
Hey, Nick, we wish you the best, with this bye week, and I truly mean this, to get, a little bit extra moments with your family, and then obviously to drill down on trying to figure out how to get the squad to be better the rest of the way. We wish you the best, and Nick, thanks for being part of the show today.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, there he is, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni. Hey, reminder, Thursday, Chickies and Pete's, that's where we're going to be, South Philadelphia, big 12-hour WIP broadcast with the return of Red October and kind of a rally, getting ready for the Phillies in the playoffs. That's the 1526 Packer Avenue location for Chickies and Pete's. Should be quite a show, and 8:40, we're going to have an announcement that day. All right, your reaction to Sirianni, how he answered those questions. What'd you make of it? 215-592-9494. I was very struck in his Devin White answer. While he threw a lot of praise at Devin White, he didn't say, no, I don't think that's what's going on. Like, he didn't say, I don't think he's trying to get cut. But he did give him a lot of praise. Era. But he did not say, because normally if you think the player's not trying to get cut, you'd say, no, he's not trying to get cut. He didn't say no. Make of it what you will. Your reaction to that interview. Joe DeCamera and John Ritchie. Everything going on here on 94 WIP.